Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Parker here. I just wanted to make an update on the Subaru. Sorry I haven't made one in quite a while. I've just been crazy busy trying to get this thing going. So first I'm going to go over just kind of what I've done and then the issue I've been having and what my plans are to do next. So anyway, we got the motor in. Well, I mean, we got everything done. I did all new fuel, rails and lines. We got, see if you can see them, maybe this side's better. We got the AIG V2 fuel rails. We got all stainless steel 6AN fuel lines. And the returns for each of those run up to my fuel pressure regulator, which I have set just at over 40 pounds. And then the inlet line, it tees right there, and it goes in the 8AN line, which is a little overkill, but if I ever go E85, I wanted to have it done, which then goes into a fuel filter, which then runs in there, and that runs back into the stock fuel lines. We have 2 oil catch cans. Still need to get a filter for that one. One lets the heads. Okay, so because this is a hybrid build, the 2.5 block has a breather for the engine itself, or for the short block, whereas on the 2L blocks only the heads had breathers. So I have hose running from one head to a T into the block, then to another head, and then to the other head right there. And it tees kind of down in there and runs to the block, and then it tees. Don't know if you can see what it tees down in there, and then runs to this one. And that just allows your heads to breathe and allows pressure to be equalized between your heads and your crankcase. And then on this side, where the PCV valve is, you have the one hose that runs to your intake, and that's down there, and then the other one runs, well, you can't really see it, but it runs along down there, and then it runs into this catch can. And this is just basically the way I did this. Is I didn't want, normally you would then, for emissions reasons, you'd then have a hose from here running back into your intake, but that still sucks in just some oil crap that you don't really want in your intake. And I want my air to be as clean as possible going into here, and I don't want any of that oil vapor that you see in a lot of Subarus getting gunked up in there. So that is why I did that. That is not emissions compliant, so just so everybody knows, but that is the way I did it for when you're on the track or in Mexico. Anyway, so yeah, we have the fuel pressure regulator. This is the turbo. This was an absolute pain to put in because it has a 3-inch intake. Guys, do not put a 3-inch intake on a stock location. It is not worth it. The teeny bit of gains I'm going to get is not worth the hassle. So just don't do it. If I ever have to take the turbo off, I end up having to take basically the manifolds off to get the inlet back on, because you can't see, but it really twists in there and goes into it, and it's a huge pain. But we have the turbo. We have the wastegate, which is built right into the exhaust housing. Then we have the dump tube. And then we have our lines running to the electronics boost controller. There's our lines. We have the new O2 sensor. So yeah, I'm not going to be leaving this like this. I may just cut it shorter and then get a bigger intake, but it rubs a little bit on the hood, it doesn't quite fit, but for testing out, that's what I've done. We have a blow-off valve. I will need to paint this, but again, for now I'm testing it out, so I don't really care, but I will be painting that black. We have our intercooler piping. The intercooler, this is it was Godspeed, I think, at one point. I think now they call them Rev 9. but they're actually really decent intercoolers, guys. You know, especially if you're paying under half the price for basically Mishimoto or anybody else. At least in my opinion, it's going to get the job done, no problem. So, yeah. And then we got the bumper. We got that all cut. It's almost done. I just got to do a little bit of work still on it. But, tried to get the line cut as straight as possible. I may put a picture up of what it looks like on. It doesn't quite fit because I still got to have to get this piece modified to make it fit, but it's pretty close. Anyway, yeah, guys, that is just a quick update. The issue I'm having, actually, so I got it started. I'll put a video up so you can kind of hear it. It sounds really good with the cams. It lopes really nicely. It actually started up first try. It idled perfectly. The air-fuel ratio was great. Everything seemed to be fine. I drove it down my neighborhood, just down the road and back, and it was fine. Then I parked it, and then the next day started right back up. Again, I drove it down my neighborhood, and when I drove it back, it stalled and cut off, which it does sometimes. I need the tune to be updated since I do have bigger cams now. But yeah, it cut off on me, and then ever since then, it's just not wanted to start back up. So today, I'm going to be pulling everything back apart and trying to find out where my issue is. We're getting good fuel pressure, so I'm assuming the injectors are firing, but I guess I gotta pull them out and test them to see if they're actually firing or not. I checked my spark. It's kind of weird. It seems like it'll spark once and then just quit sparking. So I don't really know what's up with that. Could be a wiring issue, but I went through and tried to clean up all the connections and reconnect everything, and that didn't seem to help. So yeah, we're gonna be pulling basically all the wiring back apart on this and just seeing if there are any issues or shorts. So hey guys, so we spent the whole day messing with it. We put new spark plugs in it. That didn't work. We pulled the injectors and we tested each of the injectors. We're reading the proper ohmage. The wires to the injectors both were reading the 12 volts like they should be. So that wasn't it. We got a new cam position sensor and a crank position sensor, because if those go bad, it won't let the motor fire up. That didn't work, so I'm kind of out of options here. So I don't know if anybody has any ideas what I should do. Let me know. But I really can't figure anything out. So I'm gonna again just keep messing with stuff, and hopefully we'll figure out what it is soon. But anyway, I'm gonna call it a night. Hope everybody has a good night, and see you in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.